That, I concluded, and also because these tunnels look like 5 fingers. It makes sense that the maze would give me the middle finger. I raised my voice. Isn't that right? The answer's Tarquin, the middle finger. I love you too, Maze. We walked the path, the name Tarquin blazing in gold behind us. The corridor opened into a square chamber, the largest space that we'd seen yet. The walls and floors were tiled in faded Roman mosaics that looked original, though I was fairly sure the Romans had never colonized any part of the Los Angeles metropolitan area. The air felt even warmer and drier. The floor was hot enough that I could feel it through the soles of my sandals. One positive thing about the room, it offered us only 3 new tunnels to choose from, rather than 5. Grover sniffed the air. I don't like this room. I smell something monstery. Meg gripped her scimitars. From which direction? All of them. Oh, look, I said, trying to sound cheerful. Another clue. We approached the nearest mosaic wall, where 2 golden lines of English glowed across the tiles. Leaves, body leaves, growing up above me, above death. Perennial roots, tall leaves, oh, the winter shall not freeze you, delicate leaves. Perhaps my brain was still stuck in Latin and Greek, because those lines meant nothing to me, even in plain English. I like this one, Meg said. It's about leaves. Yeah, lots of leaves, I agreed, but it's nonsense. Grover choked. Nonsense? Do you recognize it? Should I? You're the god of poetry. I felt my face began to burn. I used to be the god of poetry, which does not mean I'm a walking encyclopedia of every obscure line ever written. Obscure? Grover's shrill voice echoed unnervingly down the corridors. That's Walt Whitman, from The Leaves of Grass. I don't remember exactly which poem it's from, but... You read poetry? Meg asked. Grover licked his lips. You know, mostly nature poetry. Whitman, for a human, had some beautiful things to say about trees. And leaves, Meg noted. And roots. Exactly. I wanted to lecture them about how overrated Walt Whitman was. The man was always singing songs to himself instead of praising others, like me, for instance. But I decided the critique would have to wait. Do you know the answer then? I asked Grover. Is this a fill-in-the-blanks question? Multiple choice? True or false? Grover studied the lines. I think, yeah, there's a word missing at the beginning. It's supposed to read tomb leaves, body leaves, etc. Tomb leaves? Meg asked. That doesn't make sense. But neither does body leaves. Unless he's talking about a dryad. It's imaginary, I said. Clearly he's describing a place of death overgrown by nature. Oh, now you're an expert on Walt Whitman, Grover said. Satyr, don't test me. When I become a god again... Both of you stop, Meg ordered. Apollo, say the answer. Fine, I sighed. Maze, the answer is tomb. We took another successful trip down the middle finger. Central Hall. The word tomb blazed in 4 squares behind us. At the end, we arrived in a circular room, even larger and more ornate. Across the domed ceiling spread a silver-on-blue mosaic of zodiac stones. 6 new tunnels radiated outward. In the middle of the floor stood an old fountain, unfortunately dry. A drink would have been much appreciated. Interpreting poetry and solving riddles is thirsty work. The rooms are getting bigger, Grover noted, and more elaborate. Maybe that's good, I said. It might mean that we're getting closer. Meg eyed the zodiac symbols. You sure did take a wrong turn. The prophecy doesn't make sense so far. Apollo faces death, Tarquin tomb? You have to assume the small words, I said. Believe the message is, Apollo faces death in Tarquin's tomb. I gulped. Actually, I don't like that message. Perhaps the little words you're missing are Apollo faces no death, Tarquin's tomb something something. Maybe the next words are grants him fabulous prizes